All right, everybody. Welcome to the CareClean webinar on managing your schedule. I'm Dino Roberge, and I'll be your host and moderator for this event. Now, before we start, I want to mention that we will be waiting a couple more minutes to allow all invitees to join us. We will be waiting until 12:05. Until then, we'll enjoy the small break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right? Thank you. All right. All right, everybody. So let's start with the webinar. Before we do, though, let me remind you that we will take some questions related to the subject matter via the Q&A function on this Ring Central conference. You've got that at the bottom in the bar. That is where you see the share participants chat Q&A section. You probably see the Q&As there. I will be moderating that question period, and but after the presentation, I would urge all of you to send questions related to this software only. Should you have any questions related to other software we have, I would encourage you to contact our support team. So without further ado, let me introduce to you your trainer for today, Mr. Phil Boone. Phil is a product specialist with GenXcore, and he's a CareClean expert. He will help you. He will help guide you through the webinar. So go ahead, Phil, take it over.
Awesome. Thank you, Dino. Good morning to some, afternoon for others. Today, what we're going to be covering is CareClean. I'm going to do a brief overview for some of those that don't know what CareClean is. And then I'll do a little bit of a focus on scheduling practices and kind of how we're going to be able to track what tasks are being completed throughout your day. So, where I'd like to begin is kind of give you a brief overview of what CareClean is and why it is a software. So we designed it specifically for housekeeping staff. What you're able to do, there's three distinct features that sets it apart from others is you're able to create a customized housekeeping schedule for each one of your housekeepers. You're going to be able to relay that information in real time via our CareClean app to those individuals and then track everything that's going on through their day. Second main feature is our QR code scanning. This is for printing or putting it on little templates to put on the back of doors or in conspicuous places for your staff to actually have to physically be on site to scan, which would start our timer feature. We would then go through the clean just as before. And then finally, our third and final feature is the room by room cleaning history. So knowing exactly what cleans have been completed, types, and when they were done. So I will start us in our rooms section of CareClean. So what we do at the start is we help you uploading all your rooms into the system. So I have different areas of my facility. I have an east wing, I have a west wing, I have a restroom area, but then I have a column of rooms. So each room has its own unique profile. Once you jump into one, you then get to access the profile. So we'll give you the area it's in, what type of room. If it is, let's say, a resident room or an office that the resident or office member has to be contacted before going in, you can have all that information on the right here. The QR code unique to that room is in the top right, something that you're going to, again, put it on the back of the door to make things easy. Where I'll kind of transition from here is actually the housekeeper's interaction and interface. So if I'm going to my phone, there's a few different views that we're able to go through in CareClean. One being a calendar view. Gives you different bubbles of what you need to accomplish today. So I've got a morning shift, mop the floors, then an afternoon shift. Your staff can change this view by using the filter in the top right-hand corner. By default, we have it as your status to active, only viewing things that need to be completed, and then also assigned to. So if they needed to help any other ones out, they could have this checked off or checked back on. If I were to hit submit, things could change, but as simple as it is, they would just simply click the button. It would then bring them into the cleans or the rooms that need to be completed. They simply would click room 102. And to start out, we always suggest with a very simple done checklist, is the room clean or not? You get that checked off, and then you're able to hit save. That real-time info is transferred to the desktop version where you're able to keep track of what's happening. But each checklist can be customized as well. So you don't have to just have a done check mark. You could have a long, lengthy one. Okay. Another view that your staff would be using is the rooms view. I personally like this one better. You're going to be able to see when the due date of that room is, what type of clean, and the room itself. They can scroll through if they would like, but in this screen, they're actually able to scan their barcode. This is going to happen super quickly. So they simply hit the scan button. They then scan the QR code. It would then open the room itself. Looks like my room 202 is open. So let's go to one. In the top right, or in left, sorry, you see the timer has toggled on. This is going to have a running timer for you to optimize your guys' cleaning schedule so that you can maybe schedule more rooms for that keeper or take some off and pass them to someone else. Beneath, you'll see the longer checklist that we have, but essentially, your housekeeper would just simply go through, just like before, indicating everything that is being completed. Now, sometimes housekeepers do have to be pulled, so that you would want that timer to stop. So, your housekeepers could toggle a timer off and hit save. And if you sent them to a separate room, let's say 103, I have in the right here some indicators to show that my 202 still needs to be completed, but I can go back to it afterwards. So if I were to just jump into 103, I can start the room. I can go through the process. The timer's on for this room now. I click done, and then I would be able to hit save. I jump back to room 202 to complete the original task. I toggle my timer back on, and then I go through the cleaning as I was before. The interface itself for your housekeepers is very straightforward. Simply click the room or scan and go through the checklist to hit save. I will transition back to the desktop version because this is where a lot of the tracking is going to be done. To start, we've got our Rooms tab here on the left, the history. So this is going to give you that room by room cleaning history. Every clean that's ever happened in room 101 will be listed. You'll see things that are done, things that need to be done. And then if you were to have an audit placed on it, so making sure that all of your employees are to the company's standard, you'll have those indicated as well. Where we can go is the scheduler now. And this is where a lot of time is spent creating the schedules for each housekeeper. Along the top, we've got our filter bar where we can kind of go between our housekeepers and choose to see if we need to create a schedule for them. For our scheduling, it's very simple. We do a click, drag, and drop feature. Because it's in the past, I can't do it, but in the future, we can. It's going to create the window where you get to create the clean itself. So your task types will indicate what type of clean there are. We have our ad hoc, audit inspections, floor cleaning. Again, fully custom to what you guys would need. We then have our duration. That's the click and drag and drop. Audits, so different checklists can be added to the room, as well as a room set. That is a grouping of rooms. Let's say room 101 to 105. In this case, it's just going to be a sole one room. So I'm going to choose the area. It's going to be the east wing. I get to choose the room as well. Let's go room 105. And right from here, you can assign that housekeeper. So I'm going to go with Daniel today. The task title, I can just say clean up in aisle 12. And I could force the review if I'd need it. Now, something that we can do is go to our trigger date and schedule. And now this is for if this is more than just a one-time thing. If this is every single day or every week or every month, we can do the click, drag, and drop once and then set those day frequencies. So I can do every single day of the week of every single month. I can change that to weeklies. We can change it to monthlies, right? Lots of options. Once you've honed in, you're going to hit save. For mine, I'm just going to do it a one-time thing. And what it will do is appear. I'm looking at the wrong one. Let's go with Daniel. The cleanup in aisle 12 is there. The push notification is sent to the housekeeper on the mobile app. This is added to the schedule and they go on about their day. You have different views as well in this schedule. A month gives you the month view to see exactly what's going on, if we can optimize it. Day really hones in on that specific day as well, but we normally go through the week view. Now, where we spend a lot of time tracking these items is within your task list. This has a long list of all the cleanings that need to get completed. We've got ones that are completed on the side here. We have that audit feature, which has a simple approve or reject. And if you were to reject, notes are added. So we can give the reason. Windows clean. We can notify when redone, and we can get that sent out to the staff as well. And we'll reject the room. Simple for approve. We just go for the check mark and you get the done as well. Now from this screen as well, you're able to kind of modify the schedule. So if we were to have myself go sick this afternoon and I would need to pass along room 104 and 105 to another member, if I were to double click into there, it's going to give me the list of rooms that are clean. These guys still need to be done. I can simply hit my add remove. I can drop the rooms. I then can go to another member of my team in another window. And let's go with the afternoon shift. I can then just add the rooms like before with the simple checks, and I hit save, and the notification is sent across to all parties. Finally, within CareClean, we kind of keep track of your housekeeping stock as well. So specific products that are for the housekeeping. Each one, you're able to adjust their SKUs. We have some information on it as well if you were to jump into its profile, like a long list of items. If it was restocked, updated cart, so all the adjustments are beneath. Any vendors that are used can be housed within CareClean as well. So those are for specialty cleans, and those can be assigned as well. Finally, for your ad hoc cleanings, in our top left-hand corner and on your mobile device, there is an add button that we can add those at will, and the manager would be notified to assign from there. But as a nutshell, essentially, this is CareClean.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. It is time for those who have questions on how to create schedule and how to maneuver within the site. Maybe you can show again how to quickly create a schedule, just to repeat it, and let's see if anybody
Okay.
has any questions regarding that,
Okay.
so that they can understand the process again.
No problem. So our scheduler tab is on the left-hand side. We're into the schedule. Your filters sometimes are hidden, so you can click, able to access them. You're able to go between all of your housekeepers to understand what their schedule is already and if you needed to add to that. So for Daniel Boone, I only have that one item that was added. How we add is, again, the click, drag, and drop. It will create your window where you then go through the cleaning items. You choose the type of clean. We have our duration already set with the drag and drop. If there's a room set, so a grouping of rooms, those can be added here. But if it's a sole location, the area itself, you would choose and then choose the room that that clean is in. You assign the user as well. So I'm going to pick Daniel again. And then the title for the room could be late night cleanings. If this is a repeated item, so more than once, you would go to your trigger date schedule and you would choose the days accordingly. If it's Monday, Wednesday, Fridays of every single month, or every day of the week, so on and so forth. Once you have that selection done, you're simply going to hit save. The window will appear. The notification would have been sent to the housekeeper as well on the mobile app.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Phil. I got one question for you. Christy, I got a couple of questions actually. Christy and Fred, well, essentially have the same question. Is there a direct link to maintenance care via CareClean? Can they just move around with the different software that they have with us?
Yeah. So in your top right-hand corner, you're going to see a little grid. Same with on maintenance care. And this is for our maintenance care customers. You just simply click this and it would open up maintenance care.
Okay. Thank you. That is easy. Hope we answered this. And Christy, again, can ad hoc tasks from past be added?
As in if they already happened and you just wanted to record it?
I don't have more details, Christy. If you can be more precise. Do you mean that you want to add a task that was done previous to today? If that's the case, I do not believe you can, right?
you would not be able to. You would have to add it just from regular, and then you can assign it and then save. And it would come in, but you would just go through, like this is an ad hoc for me because they come in through as numbers. Once you add it, you can then just simply finish it off as a done and just say, was a previous cleaning done at 9 a.m. on May 14th.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Any more questions, people? Go ahead. It is a time to ask all the questions you had. Grace, how to cancel and change an appointment.
Okay.
I'm guessing a task here
I would assume a
or
task
schedule.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yeah. So to reschedule it, we would have to double click and then we would go through the calendar view. So for your calendar view, you would then go to the clean that you wanted. And if you were looking to post date it or postpone it to another time, you would just simply grab and you can move it to any slot on any day if you'd like. For deleting, you would have to go through the original, remove your audit, hit save, and then it should remove the actual bubble. Any support in this, I would actually reach out to our support email or chat to help out with that, because I know doing it the first time would be a little bit more difficult.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Any more questions? Do we need to create a new account or we can use the same account as on Maintenance Care? No, I can answer that one. You would need to register for that one. And for that to happen, you would need to reach out to us. We would have one of our product specialists reach out to you then. And that will be the trick. And then you would have to join and pay a monthly fee. It is not included with Maintenance Care. Thank you, Delvire. Fred, how are the questions added to the tasks?
So your questions are added through your checklists on the left-hand side. You're able to add in the top left. You then get to pick what the name of that item is, what type of drop down it is. I typically go with the table matrix. And then you're able to add, once it's created, underneath, you're able to actually select the questions. You can add questions, and then you would just be able to click these on, and it would add to the actual checklist. Now, adding the audit type would be a part of scheduling. So if I were to go back to my schedule, and I click it, the audit is simply here. You click, I can then click whichever checklist I wanted added. It would then hit save and then be populated within the housekeeper's schedule.
Perfect. Thank you. Stephanie, can you build schedules in advance and then assign them to staff on a daily or weekly basis?
Yeah, of course. So like I was showing before, you would have to attach it to one of your housekeepers, and that could just be a generic one, and we typically would name that just generic. And then you would then be able to take those, you can assign from here, or you can click multiple, and let's say these all need to go to someone else. You then hit assign selected, and then you choose the user from here.
Perfect.
And hit OK.
Thank you. Thank you. Christy, can we see the reports that are available?
I can show a few.
Go ahead.
So in your reporting section, we're going to go to our all reports here, and I'm going to show you kind of the most popular, and it gives you the most information. So when we're in our reports, we're going to go to our tasks. We're going to simply go to our general, and then the task CLS. Maintenance care customers will notice that the naming convention is similar, but once chosen, you have tons of different parameters you're able to select from. So you can isolate a specific piece of information if you'd like, or you can leave it broad like myself. So I'm going to look at a 7-day worth of data. Simply hit the submit button. You get which cleanings were done, what ones are still to be done. You can have notes in there, who it was modified by. Scrolling over will give you some resolutions. And then if there were some times, most of mine were just simply hitting the check mark super quick. That's why everything says 0. But all your timers would be added up there as well.
All right. Thank you, Phil. We've got plenty more questions. People are opening up. That's good. Olina, for the audit part, if we have to review on a daily basis and confirm several tasks, how do we do it?
So
Go ahead.
Yeah. So for your audits, it is a single click. You can't do multiple because you can't be in multiple rooms at the same time. So we do it in a single kind of click manner with the approver reject. There could be something that we can develop down the line, and I can bring that forward to the team. But at the moment, it's just a single approving per room. You would have to do it each time.
Okay. If the Grace has the question, if the housekeepers don't have a mobile for use, can we print their daily schedule, or we have to provide them a mobile in order to use this device?
No. So within your calendar view, so here, we can then go from each housekeeper, hit search. It then has your calendar beneath for what needs to get done. I can use the PDF view. You can change this again to a daily if you wanted to do it every single day, or if you wanted to do it every single week. You hit your PDF view, you're then able to print from here. It downloads, you can send it across.
All right.
And this is what your
Olina,
PDF would look
oh,
like.
we'll go. Okay, that's good. When it's a weekly, if it's a
Yep.
daily, then they see more details on it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. What is force review? What does it do? Essentially, why the function of
So
force review?
the force review is the audit function. So this review. So this is for if you have a new housekeeper that's come into your facility, you want them to maintain your brand level, right? That's why we've added the feature. So every time a room cleaning is done from that housekeeper, again, you can toggle it on and off per housekeeper or per day. You could do a month blitz, whatever you guys feel. It's one of those functions you can turn on and off. But it just basically makes it so a manager has to review and approve or reject it before it actually closing out in the system and showing as done.
Perfect. Thank you. Fred, does the scheduling system look at load leveling to ensure that work is balanced?
That is an update that's coming. With your housekeepers, you're going to be able to keep track of how many hours they are doing in a week, so they wouldn't exceed anything there. At the moment, it would just be going off of the schedule itself within that parameters.
All right. Thank you. Olina, how do you connect maintenance care and CareClean? For example, if maintenance fixed the machine and later that night sanitation needs to clean it, would it show in maintenance care that the machine has been fixed and then cleaned? Not the
Two
same
separate,
purpose, but
yeah,
yeah.
two separate tasks would have to be created. One in maintenance care to represent that the work has been done, that the maintenance was fixed, what have you. Then there would be a CareClean task that would have to be added for that specific room or area to then be recorded in CareClean. But the first integration that is going to happen with CareClean is directly with maintenance care. And they would be able to add and a task to either or just from the top left.
Yes, exactly. That's what we've been told, and I think that it will be coming in the near future for a future update or upgrade. Thank you. Phil, Christy, can an inventory be maintained for each room, such as bed, nightstand, etc.?
For the inventory, I would specifically what you're talking about, like by a room, that's more of a maintenance care item where you'd have your bed or whatever. I'm trying to read the question at the same time. So
Yeah,
your
bed
bed,
lifts, whatever
nightstand,
you have.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the items, I would classify those as assets. And in that sense, it would be in maintenance care where you track that. We have an inventory feature with CareClean that I showed, but that is for the products that are being used within it. So
Good
your
answer.
cleaning supplies, paper towels, etc.
Exactly. Good answer there. Grace is asking, we are currently using maintenance care. Is the Care Clean available with maintenance care or has to be purchased separately? Like I said previously, this would need to be purchased separately. For that to happen, Grace, I would suggest that you reach out to us through our support email or even on a chat. And one of our product specialists, could be Phil, could be taking that one on and reach out to you and have the product presented to you again, and then you can buy it. It's the same as the same. We have the same promotions and same type of payments that are for maintenance care right now. All right. Any more questions before we leave you? No? Well, okay. Well, thank you very much to all. Thank you for this, and see you next month for the next um, webinar that we will hold on one of our products, on one of our themes. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, Phil, we
Yep,
just got one last question here.
that's all right, man.
Do you have notification the task is not completed?
I believe that we have, give me 1 second. At the moment, I believe that it would just be tracked through the task list. We don't have
Yes.
parameters on how many days it's been opened. Again, this is going to be the new feature update that should be coming soon. And you would be able to get notified on cleans that weren't successfully done on the day it was scheduled. That would be notified out to the manager as well as the housekeeper.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, that will be all. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for taking part in that one. Thank you, Phil, for doing it, and see you next month, everybody. Bye bye.